All right, moment of truth. Let's see if my homemade magic hair mist works on these Hollywood Hair Barbies. Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. I've been noticing I've been getting a lot of new subscribers recently, so thank you. Welcome to joining the fun here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chad, and I play with dolls. So anyway, welcome. I am doing something a little different today. It's going to be different than just like a normal doll review. I'm going to be looking at a retro, classic, vintage, whatever. I don't know. I never know what to call it. But like a vintage Barbie from my childhood that was like one of my favorites. And then a little later in the video, we're going to be doing a little bit of chemistry. We're going to do some science stuff today. So I'm actually really excited for today's video. This has been a long time in the making. I'm not going to go into the details, but I finally have the supplies to do what I want to do. Anyway, first of all, let me show you the doll or dolls that I'm going to be looking at today. So today we're going to be looking at Hollywood Hair Barbie from 1990. Wait, hold on. Okay, so Hollywood Hair Barbie from 1992. Now, I actually have two of these, and it was one of those things where you're on eBay and you place a bid that's like a really low price, hoping that you get it or whatever, but knowing that people are probably going to outbid you. So I had bid on two of them, but I ended up winning both of them. So I got both of these dolls for a really good price. Now, this is the first one I ended up getting. So this is the Hollywood Hair Barbie. Clearly, it's the one that comes with two outfits. So she came with her first outfit, which is right here, and the other doll is in her first outfit, so I'll show you that. This is the second outfit she came with. And actually, here's a picture of the box, like with the doll in the box in her original outfit with this outfit like as the second outfit. But anyway, this is what she looks like in her second outfit. It's got this like huge shoulders, like shoulder pads, early 90s, late 80s jacket. It's all gold and pink. She comes with this headband. It keeps falling. It's supposed to be up higher on her head. There we go. That looks a little bit more like what it's supposed to look like. She has both of her earrings, which are great. I love the fact that she still had both of them, actually. I got really lucky. They're both in decent condition, very much used condition. They are going to need some TLC and to be cleaned up, which I will be doing in this video as well. But I'm still really happy that she's got both of her earrings. Oh my gosh, look at the face. So these have the Superstar face mold, and this is the Barbie that I remember from my childhood, and in my opinion, the most iconic Barbie. So this is just, I love it. I love it. And then she has extremely long hair. It goes all the way down to her ankles, and I love it. Under this jacket, she's got like a gold shirt that is like a cropped sleeveless thing, and then this cute little skirt. This is definitely giving me like early 90s power suit vibes, except with this like over the top Hollywood print, and it's all gold and everything. Let me show you this one. This one, she is definitely in worse condition, but she came in her box. It doesn't have the insert, so you just kind of see the back of the box there, but this is what the box looked like on the front. It is extremely crushed. I'm just going to take the doll out here really quick and set her aside for a second. But yeah, so this is the box that came in. This is the back of the box. So the gimmick with the Hollywood Hair Barbie is that she came with this magic mist. Yeah, magic hair mist is what they called it. And her hair will turn pink. It changes colors. And if you go on YouTube right now and look up how, like, what it is and stuff like that, you'll see people talking about like refilling the bottle with water. It doesn't work. Water is not what makes this doll's hair change color. I'm going to go more in detail into that in just a couple minutes here when I talk about the color change aspect, but it is a special mist that is, like specially formulated to get this kind of reaction. Now, the Ken doll, Hollywood Hair Ken, on the other hand, his hair is painted on and his changes color with temperature. So that's something we're more familiar with nowadays, is the color, the temperature color change. So that's what he had. Now, in this line, there were 4 dolls to my knowledge. You've got Barbie, Ken, Teresa, and Skipper. I don't really collect boy dolls. Like, there's a couple more like recent ones that I do like, but I'm just not a fan of like retro Ken. He's not necessarily my favorite. There's maybe like 1 or 2 that I do kind of want to get from that I wanted when I was a kid, but I'm probably not going to get him. I absolutely need this Teresa though. I love Teresa. I love brunette dolls. I've always loved them. And I like, anytime there's a line like this where there's like multiple characters and Teresa's one of them, if I don't get any of them, I want to get Teresa. Barbie is usually the most like easily accessible, so she's the least expensive, which is why it's easier to get her. But anyway, I want this Teresa. And then I also do want to get this Skipper as well. I just really do like this whole line. So I'm gonna try to eventually get all of them. So here is the second doll. Now I haven't decided which one, but one of these is going to be getting a made to move body since I have 2 of them. She also has her earrings. She has the original headband that doesn't have the pink thing in it. So it's just like a kind of like a gold scarf. Let's see, hold on. She's a mess. She's a little disheveled. Hold on. Oh, I just realized she's missing a boot. Oh no. Oh, and I didn't show you. She comes with her her pink pumps. She came with her first outfit, but she did not have her boots. And I thought she had her boots, but I just checked the box and everything. She only has 1 boot. So I'm probably gonna have to try and find another boot on eBay or something like that. Her outfit's not in like the best condition, but here it is. I like this outfit more than the pink one. So I think I'm gonna put her back in her original outfit, just because I do like it more. I think it's a little more iconic. But I really love this. I love the jacket. I think is my favorite part because it's like a Letterman style jacket, but it's just like white and gold with stars all over it. It says Hollywood. She's got this weird kind of like overalls kind of romper, I don't know what you would call it, that's like white with gold details, and then it has this skirt over it which is removable. It's separate from that. But I love this outfit. It's weird. Even when I was a kid I was like, that's a weird outfit. Like, why would you wear the romper and then a skirt over it? And like, anyway, so, but I have come to appreciate it as an adult collector, being that this is a retro doll. But I'm definitely gonna have to get her boots though, because that completes the look. I've never been a huge fan of like the cowboy boots on dolls necessarily, but you need it. Like, it's part of the it completes the outfit. When it comes to articulation, before I give her a made to move body, these dolls have the classic 90s articulation. So they have the classic 5 points of articulation with the neck, the shoulders, and the hips. The hips just go forward and back. They do not go out at all. There is also a joint in the waist, so that's 6 points of articulation, plus each of the legs have the classic bend and snap knees, or bend and click knees. Now, since both of these dolls came used, neither of them came with the magic hair mist. So unfortunately, I don't have the stuff needed to show you the hair color change thing. So I did some internet research to try and figure out what is this, because water does not work. It's not water that changes the hair color. So it turns out that there's actually a chemical reaction that happens, and it is a, I don't know the correct term, but it's basically an indicator that is like embedded into the hair, and the solution is a special solution that reacts with the indicator that turns pink. And it's basically a chemistry science experiment. Once I found that out, I was able to find out a recipe for something that should work, and I did get the ingredients, so I do want to try to make my own hair mist for these dolls, so that way we can try and do the gimmick, you know, make their hair turn pink. If it works, I'm going to be so excited, because I have not found any other tutorials to do this, and I'm just really excited to be able to play with that hair gimmick. Before I do get into that portion of it though, I will be doing that a little later in this video. First, let's get these girls cleaned up. They need some TLC. They are used, they're secondhand, so I want to wash them, clean them, and fix their hair, and then give this, or one of them. I haven't decided yet who's going to get the made to move body, but anyway, I'm going to give one of them a made to move body and everything, and then after that, once they're all cleaned up and everything, we'll play with the hair products. So for right now, let's go ahead and head over to the bathroom, and I'm just going to quickly get them all cleaned up. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove all of their outfits and accessories so that way they don't get damaged or lost or anything. Then I'm just going to use some dish soap to clean up the dolls and disinfect them. Then I'm going to wash their hair with shampoo, and after I rinse that out, I'm going to add conditioner to make the hair nice and soft and smooth and brush it out. After the conditioner sits for a few minutes, I'm going to rinse that out and then let them completely air dry without touching them so that way their hair stays nice and sleek. Okay, I am back. It is a completely different day. But I have finished cleaning these girls up. Now, I did actually switch their outfits, so this is actually the girl that came wearing this pink outfit, and this one is the doll that came wearing the original outfit, and she was in the box at the beginning of this video. This one, I am going to do a boil wash later on just because her hair was in really bad condition, and although it did turn out soft and it is much better than it was, it's still not as sleek as I would like it, and you can see kind of at the ends it looks very frizzy. So I'm still going to be working on her a little bit. This girl was in really good condition. Her hair came out amazing, and I'm really happy with that. Now, while I had them both undressed and I was washing them up and everything, I did notice that they were slightly different since, you know, I got them from two different sellers, you know, they came from two different places. If you look at them, their faces are actually ever so slightly different. Now, I do like this one's face more, and her hair is really nice, so she is the one I'm going to be turning into the made to move, and this one I'm going to be keeping on the classic body, and that's also why I decided to have this girl keep the original Hollywood hair outfit instead of the pink one. Now, getting back to the differences in their faces, this girl's face looks very animated. Her eyes are larger, whereas if you compare it to this girl, this just kind of looks more like a classic Barbie, but her eyes look a little bit smaller and everything. And when I was looking at them, I wanted to see like if there was a difference, and I did actually notice a difference. So if you look on the back, this doll says that she was made in Indonesia, whereas this doll says she was made in China. Now, this is not uncommon when it comes to doll manufacturing. I have seen several doll companies that will outsource to different warehouses or different places to make the same doll, and I think a lot of it just has to do with like speed of production. You know, if they know that they're going to be making a ton of them, they want to make sure that they can make them and have enough out in a certain amount of time. The thing is, when they send the information over to the different places, sometimes things can get lost in translation, hence you having slight differences in the way that the doll looks, even though they're very similar, and I would not have been able to pick them out just from pictures, but when they're side by side, that's when I noticed a difference. Now, as promised, I am going to be trying to make the solution or the magic hair mist to try and like do the color change thing for both of them. That's why I haven't done the boil wash on her just yet, because I don't know if the boil wash would affect the hair's ability to change color or not. But before I do that, I did want to go ahead and update her and give her a made to move body. So I'm going to do that really quick. Now, I was going through my stock box and trying to find a made to move doll that would match the skin tone the best, and this is the one that I found. There were two variants of this particular made to move doll. This, I think, is the later one, if I'm not mistaken. I think the earlier one was a more fair skin tone, like a more pale skin tone, whereas this one is more tan. But I just happen to have one of these, and her skin tone is the closest that I could find to this classic Barbie. It's not perfect, but it's going to have to do. All right, so I'm just going to take my hair dryer and I'm going to warm up the vinyl of the heads so that way I can remove the heads without breaking the neck peg. All right, squishy. There we go. All right, so next up is Miss Hollywood Hair here. So I'm gonna be really careful because I've never really done this with a vintage Barbie. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to be really careful. her head gets really squishy. There we go. All right, I'm gonna remove this top part of the neck peg because I don't really need that. All right, and then we just put the Hollywood Hair Barbie head onto the new body. This is kind of tough because the head is really squishy compared to newer Barbies, and she's got these earrings in, which is kind of making it difficult. And just like that, we have a made-to-move Hollywood Hair Barbie. And this outfit's really cute on her, but let me get her changed into her actual outfit. There we go, that's better. All right, so now these girls are ready. I have to say the classic Barbie clothes definitely fit the modern Barbies much different. Just, you know, the classic ones fill out the clothing a little bit better, but the proportions are definitely different. You know what, I just realized something. She's missing her ring. Hollywood Hair Barbie has this little star ring here, so I'm gonna try and remove it from this hand and put it on the made to move hand. So if I remember correctly, these rings are not that difficult to get out of her hand. So I'm actually just gonna take some tweezers. Oh, yep, that was pretty easy. There we go. So her new hand obviously doesn't have the same hole there. So I'm just gonna heat up the hand with the hair dryer, and then I'm just going to use these tweezers to poke a hole where I can put the ring. All right, so now the hand is nice and flimsy. So I think I'm just going to put the ring right here. All right, so while the hand is still soft, I'm just going to quickly put the ring through the little hole. I do not have dexterity in my fingers. Okay, this is a lot more difficult than it looks. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna take a different approach. I'm gonna use this little dotting tool that I have to try and make this hole the appropriate size, because right now it's way too small for the ring to fit in. All right, so hopefully this will stretch out the hole. So I'm gonna leave it here until it cools down, and hopefully this will make it easier for me to put the ring in her hand. The plastic has cooled down a little, and there we go. So now there's a hole there. Hopefully it'll work. Yes, there we go. Now she has her ring back. Okay, so now that I've got the dolls all like restored and cleaned up and everything, I want to try to make that magic mist that changes the hair pink. So what I'm actually gonna do, let's go over to the kitchen table, and I'm gonna put together a recipe that I found online to try and recreate the magic hair mist. I will also link down in the description, if I remember, I will put a link to the specific article that I found that had this recipe. I do have to stress that this is one of those recipes that kids should not try this at home. Even though my channel is not made for kids, it's for adult collectors and everything, I do know that there are kids that watch this channel, so don't try this at home. I'm an adult, I have adult supervision, stuff like that. Anyway, let's go see if we can make this hair mist. Okay, so I am ready to put the solution together. I do want to stress this is not a tutorial. I am not encouraging anybody to do this at home, just because this does create a caustic solution, which means it can be harmful to your skin and create irritation and stuff like that. So I'm not recommending this to anybody. So I'm not going to be saying the measurements of everything I am putting together, but I will, like I said, I'll link the original article that I found down below. And let me just show you what this is going to be. So this is actually a pretty simple solution. It just uses water for like the main thing, and the only other two ingredients is sodium hydroxide and ethyl alcohol, or in this case ethyl rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to put these together in the way that the instructions tell me, but first, safety first. So I've got gloves to protect my hands, and I do have some safety goggles to protect my eyes, just to make sure nothing splashes up into my eyes. Also, I do have parental supervision.
Yeah, I'm watching everything he's doing.
Thank you. Anyway, let me turn the camera down so I can kind of show you what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to be mixing up the sodium hydroxide solution here. So I'm going to start off with some water. And then let's get this sodium hydroxide. Before I move forward, I just wanted to say that mixing the sodium hydroxide with the water did create fumes, and I didn't even think to wear any kind of a mask or respirator. In just a moment, you're going to see that even though I was in a well-ventilated area, the fumes did cause me some discomfort and made me cough. So I do want to stress the fact that I am not recommending this process to anybody, and if you do it, please make sure you take all of the necessary safety precautions to protect yourself. And then I'm just going to stir it until it's combined. There is a little bit of a reaction happening. That always makes me so nervous. It's like fizzing. Oh, there's like a little bit of fog coming off of it, smoke. Oh, it's getting warm.
It's a chemical reaction. Don't pretend that.
Okay, gotta be careful. I think there are fumes here. I do have fans on and the door is open, so it's ventilated a bit. Okay, it is starting to get clear. So I'm just gonna basically keep stirring this until it's clear. I guess the other thing I need to invest in is a ventilation mask, but I didn't even think about that. All right, so that's looking pretty dissolved in there. I'm gonna set this aside for now. Okay, so the next thing, ethyl alcohol. The ethyl alcohol I'm not as worried about. That's basically hand sanitizer at that point. Okay, let me just clean up the mess that I'm making here. All right, so in the next I need to add the water to this. Okay. So I'm just gonna stir this. I've got the sodium hydroxide solution here, and I have these little droppers here, so I'm just gonna get drops. That said 10 drops. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm hoping that was pretty exact. All right, so we've got our, hopefully, magic hair mist here. And I have this old spray bottle. It's just, it had a moisturizer in it. But it definitely works. I washed it out really thoroughly, and I'm just gonna pour this in here. So here we go. All right, now that doesn't seem to make a whole lot, but this might be the right amount for the bottle that came with the Hollywood Hair Barbie initially. Anyway, let me go ahead and move the camera back out to my work table, and we'll test this out and see if it works. All right, so now is the time for the moment of truth. I followed the instructions to make my own version of the magic hair mist. Both of these dolls are very old at this point, basically almost 30 years old at this point. There is a chance that the hair no longer reacts. Whatever was coating it may not be there. So fingers crossed, I'm really hoping this works. Now, just as a reminder, this is the doll that was made in China, and this is the doll that was made in Indonesia. So we'll see if there's a difference between the hairs, since they do kind of feel a little different and the colors look a little different. So anyway, let's go ahead and start over here with the doll that came from China. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay, so let's try the doll from Indonesia. Oh man, neither of them work. So, you know, I wonder if it's because I did wash the doll's hair to make it be not so messy and everything. I might have washed whatever was on it off. Now, the instructions did say that this could happen, and if that was the case, there is a solution that I can make up that you can coat the hair with that will basically bring back the ability for it to change colors. I did order on eBay a Hollywood Hair Stacy doll, new in box, and she does have the little spray bottle with the magic hair mist. I don't know if the mist is still there or if it has dried up at this point, being that it's 20 years later. But once I do get that doll in person, I am going to try the official hair mist if it is still there and not all dried up. I will try that on these dolls' hair as well, just to see if maybe I made the solution wrong or something. That being said, this was an experiment. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but it was a science experiment. You know, I didn't get the results that I wanted, but you know, this was definitely fun to try. Okay, well, this video was fun to make. I was a little disappointed that the science experiment didn't work, but you know what? that's how life goes. I am extremely happy to have 2 Hollywood Hair Barbies in my collection. I will be getting the Hollywood Hair Skipper soon, so I will be doing a review for that. I'm not sure when that video is going to come out just because I ordered the doll off eBay. It's probably going to come in a couple days, but next weekend me and my mom are going back down to Disneyland for a few days, and I won't have time to do that review at that time. So I think I'm going to save that for a little later on, and around that time I will probably try that other solution to try and like reactivate the hair so that way it can, you know, turn pink again. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. Like I said, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you had fun as well. I mean, if nothing else, I had fun like giving these dolls a makeover. Their hair is wet because I rinsed that stuff out of the hair. I didn't want to just leave it there, so just in case, I didn't want it to damage the hair or anything like that. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know if you had a Hollywood Hair Barbie when you were younger, because like I said, this was one of my favorite dolls when I was a kid, and one of the only Barbies that I actually owned because I bought it from the girl down the street. I literally took all of the change out of my piggy bank and she sold it to me. But I never could figure out how to make the hair transformation work because she was out of the mist at the time, and obviously water doesn't work. So this has been like a 20-year curiosity for me that still has not been satisfied, but you know, at least I got to play with some science and do some fun things, and I've got the dolls. That's really the important part. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get going for right now, but I hope I see you in the next video. Bye! If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.